It's Daybreak on Rising, and it's time for the press preview. We'll first start with our own sister publication. FNE calls it the paper of records this day. All right, this day has on its front page, in a war crime, kidnappers of Kaduna train passengers flog victims, abduct more people. It has 4 riders. It's a Kuje escapee reunites with terrorist gang, alleges failed plan to exchange him with victims. Threaten Buhari, El-Rufai, or Shibajo, others. Presidency, our security is not clueless or helpless. Turban Zamfara bandit claims he was begged to be made chief. All right, with rising debt service costs, economists urge federal government to reprioritize expenditure. And you can see that picture of the vice president of Shibajo with his wife and the doctors who conducted a surgery, successful one on him there. Atiku to Tinubu, your memory no longer what it used to be. And then we have also Labour set for nationwide protest over closure of universities. Now the top mast for the 13th consecutive year, Zenith retains position as #1 bank in Nigeria.
Let's take a look at the Punch newspaper. Its leading headline, 1-hour interview, PDP challenges Tinubu again. APC says Asiwaju floor Atiku. Let's take some riders. Tinubu should subject himself to 1-hour interview, Atiku's camp insists. And just below that, some photos. Caption, outrage as terrorists flog train abductees and threaten Buhari. And above the nameplate of the Punch this morning, ASU strike, varsity unions back NLC pro-lecturers protest.
The Nation newspaper, it's leading with security on red alert over threat to Buhari and El-Rufai. Debt Management Office explains soaring debt servicing vote. Ipman tells us why petrol queues will persist. Find out more on page 7 of the Nation newspaper. Fayemi Fashola, Muslim ticket is a winning strategy.
All right. This is Tribune. All right. Why we can't bomb their hideout. This is coming from the president. It says president has done what is expected of him as commander-in-chief. And then just below that picture there, Muslim ticket. Atiku attacks Tinubu again. Says his memory may not be what it used to be. And then just by the sides there, we'll see Awo Mama killings. Mother of 2 brothers dies of shock. That is in Imo State. Osho, I'll expose you if you fail to perform as governor. Deji Adeleke tells the brother. Water bill. Ijo leaders kick against its reintroduction by NAS.
Well, some international papers. The I newspaper this morning. Tory race to be next Prime Minister turns toxic as the candidates trade blows over economy, the immigration and national sector ahead of their first head-to-head TV debates tonight.
And this is the Independent. It says, fears thousands wrongly told to pay back benefits.
All right, we'll go to the next paper, and that will be Daily Express. Daily Express, Truss. My tax breaks will boost Britain. Could UK face a summer of holiday hell? Leadership favourite pledges to end White Horse grip on Britain's future. Who is that leadership favourite? All right, that's a Daily Express for you there.
Well, for the press preview, let's bring in Professor Abiodun Adeni, who joins us now from our press preview, from Emmanuel Bello from our offsite studio. Emmanuel, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning, not Professor Abiodun. Emmanuel, how was your weekend? Well, let's take a look at this day newspaper. not so nice headline here. In a war crime, kidnappers of Kaduna train passengers flog victims, abduct more people. Now they also went further and threatened the president of Nigeria, also the governor of Kaduna State, saying they will kidnap them and bring them to where the train abductees are. They also went forward to say they will sell the remaining victims as slaves and kill some of them. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts on this heartbreaking news that's coming out?
Good morning, Kechi. Good morning, Kenneth. Indeed, good morning. Welcome to another week. And we're starting the week off with this horror. I think a lot of people watched those videos yesterday, and of course, there's no serious newspaper that would not pick on that story, because of course there have been videos like that in the past, and there have been rhetoric like that from those people in the past. But this, by far, I think took something like the lead, if you wish, on those matters, because I don't know if you watched if you watch it, but it was 30 minutes, 30 seconds or so, or 1 minute of horror, watching how fellow citizens were beaten, and I think they captured it very well. But when you say it's war crime, because what else can you call it? And the paper is very clear, very, looking at the paper, you understand very well. You get the picture, almost close to a horror movie of the situation. Those escapees from Kuje now claiming that they have rejoined their comrades, and that it was actually a failed attempt. I think Kenneth was, suggested that time when the Kuje break happened, that there were talks on the street. But one of them now is alleging that, is saying that, look, it was an attempt at some kind of prisoner swap that went awry. And now they're taking the battle straight, not just to their victims, but even the leadership of the country, saying that the president, the commander-in-chief, is not safe. And those kind of talks are the type that will, get citizens to worry so strongly about their own personal security, as you even think about the national security. If the president, if his convoys could be attacked on his way to home just a few weeks ago, and with the terrorists saying that very clearly that, look, the president should not think he's safe, El-Rufai should not think he's safe, the legislators in the National Assembly should not think they're safe. Well, they might be talking to those people, but they're actually also addressing the rest of us. They are trying to say that, look, whatever illusion you have of safety, of the fact that you are safe, please forget it. Because even your leaders, even the commander-in-chief, even the people that you voted to protect you, because that's what elections are all about, voting people so that they will be able to protect us. But these terrorists are saying that, look, they are also not safe. So why do you think you are safe? But the federal government yesterday, in the almost last ditch effort to reassure Nigerians, talk to that situation and say, look, it's not easy. The popular suggestion that they should go around bombing this forest, that, look, innocent people will be affected. But there are Nigerians who have expressed those kind of, frustrations and say, look, why not just go after the bad guys? Even if there are going to be collateral damages, just let's consider that as the crisis of wars and all of that. But the federal government yesterday said, no, we can't bomb the forest. We cannot do that. The terrorists themselves were almost mocking those efforts. They said, look, we've seen your guns, we've seen your airplanes. What can you do? So, Nkechi, everyone is waking up this morning and wondering what's next. What do we do? What are those negotiations that have failed between the bandits and the federal government? What are their demands? Why will that be met, or will the federal government go after them with force? But the federal government itself saying, look, we cannot do the things that Nigerians ask us to do, which is to use force, and there are ways to do this, and that we're not going to talk about it in the media, but that these are tactics that the bandits are using, the terrorists are using to frustrate or to frighten Nigeria. It's an attempt to reassure us, you and I, that, look, there's still government in place, they're still doing something about it. But I'm sure everybody is looking behind and looking at this video and wondering what happens to us next.
Well, Emmanuel, some family members of some of those victims have been saying and tweeting that the government's not letting them do what they want to do. Meanwhile, the president has said that he's done all that's expected of him as commander-in-chief, and so we should turn to who? Who do we go to from here?
Well, you know, sorry guys, I don't know if someone can help with the audios. It keep, you know, recurring in my ears, and it's not easy talking. All right, so I don't know if they can fix that so that it will be clearer. Well, yeah, Kenneth, you're right. Where do we turn to, really? Because the federal government now saying in those in that retort that, look, we've done our best. There's really nothing we can do again. Thank you, guys. It's better now. Yeah. So that we cannot, they cannot do more. But remember that President Obasanjo actually said the same thing the other day when he said, look, this the federal government has reach the end of the road in ideas, that they can't come up with any better ideas again on how to salvage us. So Kenneth, to your question, who do you turn to? There are people who say maybe it's time to just turn to God. But you see, while that is there, but is the government that was, you know, in a democracy, government elected by the people that's supposed to actually think of or plan, think of ways of protecting its citizenry. It's not for you and I who don't have, you know, ways and means of protecting ourselves to think of how to protect ourselves. So the federal government will have to tell us more than just saying that, look, we're doing everything. Especially that whole talk, almost frustrating talk about the fact that, oh, you know, we're keeping our plans close to our chest. We don't want to say what we're doing. Well, even if that's the case, Nigerians want to see action. Nigerians want to see results. Nigerians want to see some reassurances. And it's going to go beyond words. It's going to be action. It's going to be things that Nigerians will see. But those terrorists yesterday in those videos saying that, look, your government can't even protect you, and that we're even coming after the commander-in-chief, we're coming after the governor of Kaduna State, we're coming after your lawmakers. It's a chilling reminder that something serious is wrong, and that something serious has to be done.
All right, let's look at Tribune. Tribune is talking about NLC Sean's federal government prepares for the nationwide protest to support striking varsity workers. And Falana, it's saying that NLC is, what they're doing is not illegal. He's saying this to the federal government. Emmanuel.
Well, yes, Falana was making a very strong case for it, and he's saying that, look, it's anachronistic, it's backward for protesters to have to seek for police reports before they go on protest, and that is constitutionally, it's the constitutional right of people to protest, especially if you look at the reason why NLC is protesting. It's a solidarity protest, in solidarity with ASU, in solidarity with those university unions that have been calling for, you know, making demands, and the federal government practically playing around it. Though the federal government last week woke up and said, look, we're serious about it, we're giving 2 weeks ultimatum, but it's like it's a bit too late in the day. The unions are already fed up, they're tired, they want to go to the street, and NLC is saying that we're going to provide you with some kind of solidarity. Other unions too are planning to join. I think barring last minute change of mind, and I don't see if that is going to happen, we're going to have those protests. And I can agree with you, I can tell you indeed that a lot of Nigerians, the majority of Nigerians, are behind this protest, because those are issues that affect all of us. The crisis of education, the fact that these kids are home, the fact that the lecturers are home, the fact that you don't have education. How can politicians be, in all good conscience, be talking about the next election when the next generation has been, you know, it's not taken into account? Those are the issues that, you know, worry the minds of people. And if tomorrow Nigerians join in solidarity with this protest, you will understand that it's about the existence of the country. It's about our people. It's about our future. It's about those kids that are at home. It's about the fact that many things are not working. There are people who want to even join for the other reasons that, you know, concerns everyone, the issues of security. The fact that this government is going near broke and going near, dragging us to the precipice, dragging us to a place where we could say that it has failed. So these are the frustration that I think the labor unions have harvested very well, and a lot of people are supporting whatever protest actions will happen. So we'll see how it goes. But I think barring last minute, stoppage or anything, I think a lot of people they've written to all the state chapters, including the FCT, ready to take to the streets.
So much, Emmanuel Bello.